Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty. How's it going, folks? As always. I guess it's always now, because we do it every day. We'll see how long it lasts, but we're gonna keep it up so far, so. Welcome to Q and Play with ItsBlunty, where we talk about FPV stuff, or whatever else you guys want to talk about, and I play video games, and today is, specifically FPV related, because I'm gonna be playing Velocidrone. And mostly Whoop stuff, maybe we'll do. I know Johnny5 in the chat, I see him, he was here early, asking for the multi-GP track. I don't know if we'll do that today. I don't have much practice at all on 5-inch, but maybe we'll take the DJI FPV around the multi-GP track, since that's in Velocidrone now. I guess we'll see what happens. But so far, yeah, Johnny5 was here. Thanks for being here earlier. If you're here now, hi. Mo's here. How's it going, Mo? Brian Kasulka. How's it going, Brian? Sonic Tonic. EE Doc. Yeah, I don't think I can do multi-GP track on a Whoop, that's for sure. Richard Webb's here. June Loco's here. How's it going, June? Good to see you. Sonic, good to see you. Let's see. Brandon's here. How's it going, Brandon? Michael Lowndes. Let's see. Cool Cat. How's it going, Cool Cat? Captain Collins here. Quad Squad. How's it going? Bunch of cool guys in the chat. Dave Pencilgloon's here. How's it going? Brandon. Yes, you can sim the DJI FPV. E-Doc says the DJI drone, DJI is what they call it, has a lot of drift. Yeah, it does. It feels like it's like washing out when you like hit all the turns and stuff. You really got to pull it back in. I played with it a little bit. FPV Truckers here. How's it going? Good to see you guys. Nice little group in the chat. Turns out when you do FPV stuff, more people want to hang out. So it is not an AOS 5.5 on the wall. It is probably some other older frame. Got all kinds of stuff up there, but most of it is old. There's maybe a couple chameleons up there from a while back. There's that is the, what's it called? FPV Cycle released a frame, the something pick, right? I can never remember the name of it. Not pick, whatever it is. It's the 5-inch version of the toothpick style frame that FPV Cycle released a while back. And then there's like an Acro. Let's see what we can point out over here. It's like an old Acrobat up there. There's that is, it's like a full speed, full speed toothpick. If you look one of those up, full speed toothpick, I think. That one over there, that's the full speed. And then like, I think there's just a couple different like toothpicks up there. There's a baby tooth up there. And then that's like an alien, a micro alien, I think. But yeah. All right. Power pick. Thank you, Urambu. Dave Pencil Glue with Power pick. One Eye FPV. Those are 3D prints I'm using to hang the drones. They are on Thingiverse. For quad mounts, I believe. They're just like a little T. Throw up on there. Quad says, how many quads have you got? I don't know. Built and flyable, probably like 4. But like those are all need like one component typically, or like some random things that wrong with them or whatever. So Alexander FPV says, was that a 100 light room from the fly through the other day? That was a 210 light room, Alexander. It's 210,000 watts in that room. And there's an identical room right next door to it. It's also 210,000 watts. And then there's a veg room that's around 130,000 watts in that facility. That's a fun one. Brandon says, have you ever think of doing long range? I just don't have a car, and it's kind of tough to get out and go long ranging, and I need practice at it because I don't want to like send it right away. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, well, I've thought about it, but doing it is a different story. So, I've got this really nice wing that's kind of meant for it, but I've just never really done it. It's got like a crossfire diversity with the GPS, with the battery backup on the GPS, and the whole jazz Rooney. I just haven't done it yet. Maytech F405 wing and stuff. One day. Or I'm trying to sell it, to be honest. But if I don't sell it, one day I'll fly it. All right. Let's take a look at Velocidrone, if we can get it to load. Here we go. Voila. Hey, there it is. One Eye FPV. Yes, Henry destroys his bed on the regular, unfortunately. So he kind of just likes to, I don't know. He seems to like it that way. Like he likes to burrow or whatever into his bed. So he kind of makes himself like a divot, and then he just lives in the divot. So if I move that and I make a nicer bed, then he just scratches that bed up to make a divot in the bed. So I think he just likes it like that. He has 2 beds, plus a couch and various other furniture. So that's how he likes it, I guess. He's a street dog, you know? Oh, don't worry, Doc. I've got all that taken care of. I've been practicing a little bit. I haven't played. The last time I played before, like a couple days ago, like I played like 4 or 5 days ago for the first time in since the Newbie Drone Whoop series, whenever that was, so months and months ago. But I hopped back in and did a couple different things. But I was working just through some of the tracks from the pop-ups. Those are kind of new. Let me turn on a little bit of sound here. I don't know how much sound we're gonna want, but I guess we'll see. Just see how we're doing right off the bat. Oh boy, that's how we're doing. I did update my my radio today with the new low latency USB thing in EdgeTX 2.5. There's a new patch in there that lowers the gimbal to USB latency quite a bit. It's like a couple milliseconds now. It used to be like 10 to 40 depending on your settings. And it had a lot of jitter. So now there's a lot less jitter. I don't know how much it's helping, but it doesn't hurt. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I already got that update too, Mr. Colin. Quad Squad, I would use BlueJay at this point, since it's just actively being developed. ESC-configurator.com is where you want to go, typically. And you can flash it through like Chrome and do it all in the browser. I would use the latest release of BlueJ. One eye FPV, I turned true lens off for the performance. Though after the last patch, like the big patch they did, it increased performance a ton on my machine. So I bet now I could turn it on. But I keep it off typically. That's a good question too. Let me do that real quick. So right now I'm using angle strength 75 and I'm using limit 85. Yeah, that's where we're at. And then yaw of 666, like standard yaw. So, yeah, I could do stick overlay. Which one is that? It's in here somewhere. M. There we go. Also, I'm mode 3. In case anybody doesn't know, that's why throttle is on the right. So it's going to be backwards when you look at it. Just be aware of that. Like previously, I couldn't really even stream this. It would be all like choppy and stuff. I have a 2080 Ti and an i7 8700K. And even streaming it would be kind of choppy, but now it's great. Locally, I'm running 144 frames. But you're getting 60, I think. Kind of sloppy. Just get a 3er in here. Nope. Okay. Well, let's see. Right side throttle gang, Mo. Yep, absolutely. Alexander, I tried all the modes when I started. And for me, mode 3 worked the best, and I was kind of able to fly like right away. So that's kind of what I ended up going with. Like, I would just go to mode 2 and flip over like people talk about when they learn. And then mode 3, I was like able to fly. So I think it's like kind of inbuilt muscles from video games. Like my assumption. It is kind of hard to talk and do this. Kind of want to work my strength down a little bit. A little poppy, but so far so good. I think it really matters what track I'm on. Oh, doing so well. Yeah, not quite. It's 87. Yeah, sim is always good times, man. You get a lot of that stick practice. Tasty shrimp. I am working currently with just straight angle mode. There is a little bit of mix. I run like an 11 mix, I think. Like that. Hold on, let me check. Keep turning the race back. There we go. Where's mix? Mix is here. Yeah, 11 is my mix, 43 is my angle, camera angle, and then I'm just running a 75 strength, 85 limit, 666 on yaw with a little bit of expo. Just that stock, pretty much. That's about it. With Velocidrone, if you want to do that, you hit 3. It should start, or you hit 1 rather. It should start there. That puts you in angle you see on the top right. But you could also fly ACRO and stuff. Some of the good pilots fly ACRO. A lot of them fly angle, but they're fast guys either way for sure. Alexander said, I just hammered away with mode 2 until I could fly. Yeah, I really considered it. Bardwell tried to talk me into it, that's for sure. I was asking his live stream. He's like, no, you got to learn mode 2. I was like, okay. But I didn't. Quad Squad. EdgeTX configurator is in the release of EdgeTX 2.5. So if you go to EdgeTX 2.5, the releases for that, the same place you download the firmware, there's also the configurator in the same spot. I did not use it today. I installed 2.5 today, but I did not use the configurator, but it should work perfectly fine. Mix angle just integrates, like, I'm going to forget. Is it yaw into roll? Yeah, I believe it's integrates roll into yaw. It's one or the other. I always forget. Hey, thanks, Mo, for the $10. On a work call, but can't hear you, but still enjoy your stream. Will you try the DJI for the giggles? Yes, I will. Tasty Shrimp, you don't need to worry about pitch and roll because angle, when you're in angle mode, pitch and roll are ignored. So no matter what you set there, when you're in any angle mode, this is true for real Betaflight as well. These two pitch and roll rates are completely ignored. That's why the max velocity is 0, just here to show you that easier. And then instead it uses strength. And then the strength is how fast it goes down and then how fast it comes back. So your rate comes from your strength. And then your limit is how far the strength can push you. Instead of being just like a pitch and roll rate. I don't know what the translation is, like how fast you actually end up rolling. But for all intents and purposes, the flight control software doesn't give you a rate. All right. At some point, I do want to check out the new liftoff physics, but I just haven't done it. Aren't they doing another physics update? And they do have a micro pack coming eDoc, but it's like still a ways out, I think. But they got bought, so I don't know how that's coming. Let me do. I'll hop out. For $10, I'll hop out and go fly the DJI. I even have it all set up. Look at that. Look how beautiful it is. You won't get to see it while I'm flying it, so. Alright. Even got the little sensors on the bottom. Alright. Is it James Track 1 or 2? What's going on here? Are there 2 James Track? Okay. Both are crazy. Alright. Well, here's no practice in ACRO for a while on the Fat Quad. Get ready. It's going to be good. Alright. Let's remember how to fly. That was on purpose, by the way. Okay. Trying to see how fat this thing is. It's real fat. Jesus Christ.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's so fat. Good Lord Almighty. It's like flying a brick. Like that? Nope. Nope. Go this way? Oh. Sneaky tunnel. Oh yeah, this thing would be obliterated on Crash 1. No doubt about it. Why don't I have... Oh, well, I guess I don't have Crash Gun, but I do have Battery on, so... Moving back through the middle. Oh, I like this track a lot. I heard people saying like, oh, the chance tracks are different than normal multi-GP tracks, but it's kind of true. In. Nice and long. So long. Okay. Here. Over here. Over here. Around. Over here. Okay. Can I remember any of this? Probably not. Oh boy. Okay, well that time's horrible, so let's look at what the chats talk about over here. Let's see. Is there a way to get the annoying crash sound off? I think I can turn it off. Quad Squad, I'm using a 2080 Ti and an i7 8700K. Oh, disarm on crash, yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. It's all prop sounds or the crashes too. I hope it's not too jarring. Let's see if we can actually do this track in a not terrible time. How high can we get on the DJI? That wasn't proper. It's such a boat. It's such a boat. You're like coming around to hit the gate and you're like, I've got this. And the quad's like, nope, you absolutely don't. You get right there and then left. You just have to like pull it back. It's so fat. You're like fighting the weight. That part is definitely accurate, I think. Right, which part now? Oh yeah. Do this, and then we do this. Do this. Do this. Try to get fancy. Oh, I do have prop damage on. Why is it so hard to damage? That's weird. I've been smacking this thing all over this place. Robin Duckett, send that over. I'd love to check out that Godot project. For sure. ItsBlunty FPV@gmail.com or wherever else you know how to contact me. Facebook, wherever. I'd love to see that Godot project. I think me and Bardwell are going to do a like giant roundup of all the simulators at some point, like as kind of a team effort. So we were kind of waiting on this USB latency thing. And now it's here. Hey, I remembered the direction. Look at that. To the top. Now this way. I mean, it definitely slows faster than the real one would. Ugh. Alright, let's try to put in a 3 lap. Even if we don't do it well. Forgot to mute my phone, that's always cool. Thanks, that's probably Robin Duckett. This thing takes like no prop damage. I love that part of the track. Oh my god. That part of the track is fun. That's gonna be crazy in the real, when they're actually flying it. Just like you come out of all this technical stuff and then you breakneck around the corner. Oop, forgot to go in. Oh. God, it's so heavy. When you're not like holding throttle the whole time. It's like, oh yeah. Don't forget, it's a boat. Oh my god, that's gonna be so much fun for anybody flying that track. Especially with other people, oh my god. It's a DRL moment right there. Alright. Alright. I got added to some group chat. Hold on, let me mute that for the time being. One Eye, yes, the physics I feel like are much better in this sim, but most of it is with full throttle. So like if you're on full throttle, and then like it feels much more like the real quad. That's what I find anyway. I don't know. Yeah, E-Doc says DRL sim makes all the quads feel like 7-inch. I agree with that. They all feel fat and big. The Racer 4 feels really correct, I would imagine, to what a Racer 4 feels like, fat and ugly. And then that sim you're also holding throttle the full time when you're flying the Racer 4. So one Eye FPV, when you have one gate on top of the other, is there a rule? Yes, there's always a rule which direction and how you enter and exit. So some ladders will be back and forth, like in and out. Some ladders will be like in, out, and then around. Some liners will be like go around first and then come in. Like, yeah, so all that is predetermined. In the sim, you can tell because there's a orange symbol on the gate, and then there's a red symbol if you're on the wrong side of the gate, if you're approaching it from the wrong side, and it won't count the action. So like when I'm learning a track like this, I'm just like watching for each of those symbols as I go, trying to do the best I can on the first run or two. Hey, look who's right under me there. Oh, that is funny. Hold on. Guess who's getting a screenshot? That's funny. It's pretty good to go out of the box, squad.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's true at all, Brandon. I feel like Tiny Whip Go is like easy mode. It's like physics minus or something. It's like way easier than real flying, and it's way easier than the Velocidrone whoops, like 100%. All right, I think that's enough DGI for now. The point of hurdles next to a flag. Not sure what you mean. All these are some kind of thing you have to do. So, like, this is kind of just to keep you off the ground, so that you can't take a line straight across the ground. So I can't go like this because there's a wall in the way. So it's just to give it a little bit of dynamics to the course. So I have to come like this and pop over it and then come back down. So it just gives a little bit of dynamic. Flyborg's here. How's it going? Good to see you. All right, let's try Champs Track 2. Should we fly it with the real quad or with the... Oops, that's where I'm going. Or with the DGI? Probably with DGI, right? Yeah, anytime on sticks is improvement to your flight. 100%. That's 100%.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, this is like a totally different track. This is like traditional. Up here. Tracks are always so hard to remember where to go. It's just like, hey, it's a bunch of gates. You like gates, right? You put gates on your gate. Yeah, well, not. But if it was accurate, it would have been its own separate DLC. It would have come in another pack. So, you know. What do we want to do? Hey, Ram Donko's here. How's it going, Ram? We go back to Whoops? Or is there other tracks to fly? What do we want to do? Let's see. Try this one. Is this the one I did already? No. I did this one, but not on the stream. 5.5's a little big. I could try that.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, back to normal mode. Or angle mode. I've always got angle mode on the brain. I can just pop back. Going back to ACRO sometimes. It's tough. Always got angle on the brain. Super wide. Holy jeez. Oh, come on. Greed. I was trying to. It's so greedy. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I like this track a lot too. Oh, come on.
3,
This is where
2, 1.
I try to cut things too close and crash a lot. No. Fly.
3,
Got this.
1.
Always almost hit that roof. Or hit it, but most times almost. By design, I'm sure. Terrible. That was terrible first lap.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I've practiced on this track a little bit. I spent like maybe like 30 or 45 here last night. Oh, I need to cut that in probably. Oh.
3, 2.
Sometimes you get really good stuff like that downward spiral there, and then everything just falls apart.
3.
It's so hard to nail those spirals properly. Oh, getting greedy. Let's just finish at 3, but I can't just miss a gate.
1.
There we go. See, that's the kind of spiral you want. Still really wide though. That's what I think I need to do, but I'm just not confident on the line yet. My previous times have been on the outside. Like if we were doing the 1 hour quals, like in the races, I would probably take that on the outside. So I don't think 1 hour is enough for me to be confident on that spot. Ooh, that was close. Really got to consciously think about it. Well, it was a fast lap, so that's good. Oh. Oh yeah, stick overlay. Sorry, guys. What is my time on here? Ah, yes, just under Mr. E Doc in the chat. Can we shave off the second and at 1.2? Maybe. I think I've already flown it longer than the hour they did. But hey.
One.
Crash. Ah, Flyborg FPV. $5. Will the stream catch up? Who knows? What's your favorite strain at the moment? And why? My favorite strain at the moment is... I don't know, I always say this, but it's like... There it is. It's just a general... it's just a general, like, flavor profile. So, anything like a Death Star, or like an OG Kush, or like a Chem Dog. Those are like common strains that you might know. Any of that profile mixed together in any which way is kind of like right up my alley. So like ammonia, diesel fuel, burnt rubber, earth, smoky. Yeah, anything in that ammonia, anything in that world. Yeah, skunks would be probably a decent way to classify it. Like the old skunk, not like the sweet skunk. So I feel like a lot of people now, when you say skunk, they think that like berry skunk thing. There's like a new skunk. That's what I call it because I still think of old skunk smells like a skunk, but there's that whatever it's called berry skunk stuff that people call skunk. Bugs the shit out of me. It's like a cheese. There's a cheese. There's like a berryish cheese that people call cheese. It pisses me off. It's like, why don't you just call it something else? Why do you have to call it a cheese? But yeah, currently I'm smoking on Ghost Dog, which is Ghost OG and Chem Dog. And then I have a Yeti Glue, which is a Yeti OG and a Gorilla Glue. And I have a Jet Fuel, which is I don't even know what the lineage on that guy is. Indica sativa hybrid is probably like hard. It's hard to nail down these days. You can like see it in the plants, but like most stuff's a hybrid. That's why I go by flavors. And most of the time, I find that if I land the flavor, that I've landed the feeling that I want. So that's why I land the flavor. And I would guess the feeling that I want is somewhere like on the indica leaning hybrid side of things, because I'm aiming for pain and anxiety relief. But I also don't want to totally fall asleep. Ooh. So I'm normally like a little on the indica side of the hybrid. June, not in whoops. No. I mean, I can, but it's way slower. I acro race whoops. I don't like the low power. I don't like trying to race something with low power. Like this. Like if a whoop had the same power as like a if a whoop had the same power as like a DRL quad, like if it just felt heavy but it still had power, then I maybe could acro it. Maybe like a 75 or an 85 would be fun to acro for me, but I just feel like it's so hard to get it around stuff that I like the way acro makes you fly, or angle makes you fly. It kind of just, I don't know. Anyway, there's fast pilots with both, but I enjoy angle mode. Lots of different strains talked about in the chat. I would smoke a garlic breath. I haven't had a garlic strain in years. There's some stuff that's kind of spicy, but nothing like actual garlicky. Problem is, nobody has good weed anymore. Everybody's driving shit down. So, what you gonna do? I'm making me pack a bowl now, so that's what I'm doing. While we talk about weed. I need a little cutaway thing. It's the weed moment. A cannabis corner. Bop, 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 bop. Clockwork DG, that like almost entirely depends on where you live. I mean, that like basically totally depends on where you live. I mean, I have no idea. Is it legal there? Isn't it legal in Boston now or somewhere in that area? I get my ounces for $70, and it's really good quality, but it's because I have employee discount at the place I go. Like a normal person pays, like a normal medical patient there, pays 140 to 160 for that ounce. So it totally just depends. You can get good ounces for probably $100, but like, I don't think you can here in Colorado. I haven't consistently found somebody who sells you something that's really good that I would like want to smoke all the time for $100 an ounce. I just got lucky that I worked and built somewhere that like now can sell me weed for cheap. But yeah, like 150 an ounce, 160 an ounce at the medical store that I helped grow and supply. Um, so, but yeah, it could vary totally in prices. I mean, there's places where you can get, you know, I imagine they're down to 70 an ounce. I know they were 80 an ounce for a while, but I bet you can get a 70 or $60 ounce from Live Well at this point. But it's not like that great. I mean, half the places here put something lemon in a jar and call it Super Lemon Haze. So it's hard to buy anything that's legit if you don't like know. That's one of the reasons I only buy the $70 ounces because it's cheaper and I know what it is. Like um, let's see there, probably no focus, but it's leaf. Oh, it's backwards too. Of course it is. Whatever. Well, it's Leafa. But yeah, that's where all those. That's where my shots are from too. Yeah, it's way worse in other states, Ram. There were like $40, 30 and $40 ounces, um, in Oregon and Washington, I think. I saw. I mean, I don't know, man. Ounces like pounds were getting down to like $100 an ounce prices for the pounds. Like wholesale, like decent quality pounds. Like the problem is it's supply and demand. So even in one state, you have so many places making it and growing it, and then you have places that get recreational like tourists in, and they're selling to those tourists. And so like tourists don't know any better, so they'll just buy your $100 ounce even if you only paid whatever for it, even if it's not good. So I don't know. It's a bummer. I don't know. I saw prices in Oregon and Washington that were like $300 to $400 a pound, but I don't like that's got to be like not good quality outdoor. But I'm not in Oregon, so I can't tell you that. It's either Oregon or Washington. There was like a huge issue. I think both states actually. Yeah, I mean, Espender, that's what I did forever. It was just whatever we get is what we get, and they name it something, and you're like, all right, cool. That's what I got. Mad Fisher's here. How's it going? Good to see ya. Drone droid. Let's see. Ripper FPV, how's it going, man? Good to see you. We can't really grow where I live, so I still buy. Growing's a lot of work too. I mean, unless you do like no-till or something. Like, you gotta take care of that shit. Where's Karoba? Weed Maps, Karova. Where are they? Where you be, Karova? No retailers in your area. Okay, I knew that. Thanks. Yeah, but where is it? Chat will tell me. Always happy. I can help. Matthew Vega. James Shoop, how's it going? King Louis 13. Louis 13 is an excellent OG. Oh my god. I love that stuff. Ooh, that flavor. Ooh, that flavor. Any of that OG stuff, man, I'm a real sucker for. Real sucker for. I wanted to like burn my nose hair from the like the OG-ness. You know what I mean? I want to be like breathing in hash and like, oh, it's so good. Slappy says, do an interview with Carl Zhao. I don't know that I should. I don't know. I feel like, you know, Rosser did that. You know? I feel like Rosser's interview kind of covered almost anything I would ask. What questions did Rosser not ask that you would want me to ask? That's, I guess, the question. Oh,
3, 2, 1. Three, two,
I have no idea, Ram.
three, two, one. Three, two, one.
Like half those stories all turned out to be fake, from what I know. So
Three, two, one.
it's just so hard to know where anything was actually sourced. Have you ever seen that? Oh my god.
Three, two, one.
Called Phylus. It's Phylus Bioscience. Phylos. We should look at that. Why not? Stream will like that. Okay, how the hell do I get over there? Oh boy. 1 second. Okay. What are we gonna do? I'll look at phylus. Do like this probably, right? Because then I could still do this. Does this work? Please work. Hit to screen. Loading. This page is slowing down Firefox. Hey, there it is. Okay, you guys seen this before? This is the phylus galaxy of every submitted genetic sample they've received and what the person called it when they received it. And you can look up anything you've submitted or anything anybody else has submitted and see where it landed in the galaxy. So I could go OG Kush. Again, this is Phylus down in the bottom left corner. Check this out. Now I see all the OG Kush here, right? So I can see how genetically similar or different the stuff with OG Kush in it was. So maybe I could look like over here. What's this? Oh, this is like actually a critical purple Kush, but it's got links back to the OG Kush world, right? So then I can click here and I can click genotype report. It'll actually, oh, I didn't want to go out of it, but it will actually give you information about relatives that it has, right? How much relatives and like who they are. So you can go click on that genotype report, and then it's got like placements in each of the galaxy subpopulations it thinks. So like skunks, berries, landbreeze, CBT, OG, Kush, and him. You can see genetic variations and novelties and stuff. And then you can see genetically distant varieties. So it thinks it's similar to a Cindy 99 that was submitted. Kind of interesting. Yeah, this thing you could sit here for hours if you wanted to. And just mess around and see what's attached to what. And then you can submit something to Phylus, and it's legal because you stamped the card. And when you stamp the card, you're actually just you're using one of the petioles out of the seeds. At least I think this is how they still do it. So then, because you're using petioles, they don't actually contain any THC, so it's not illegal to send it. All right, that was fun. Leppy says just give him exposure, encouragement and exposure. Yeah, I mean I have 3,000 subs, so I don't know how much exposure it is, but I don't know. I might consider it. I just want to know. I need to have reasons to talk to somebody though. You see how few videos I make, so. Let's see. Hey, Ghost Branch, how's it going? Good to see you. Crabtree's here, how's it going? Epstein didn't kill himself in the chat. That's funny. Back to the Future 2. Indeed. Wait, which one was Back to the Future 2? Is that the one where they go into the future but then to the past? That's the Western, right? Is that the good one? It's been a minute. I'm doing well, Ghost Branch. Thanks. 2 is the future. 3 is the Western. Aha. Okay. Wait, what's 1? Oh, 2 is the second feature. That's right, with the changes and the hoverboard and the... Yeah, gotcha. Okay. He sees the Biff, and then he sees the Biff. Yeah, I gotcha. 10-4. One Eye says, "What's a good starting indoor nano drone that's safe to fly around dogs and people?" Well, if you're out, I mean, the dog might eat it, but other than that, probably like one of the newbie drone, like the ACRO V3, or like a Mobula 6, or like a Mob Lite 6. Like if you're using Express LRS, you can get a Mob 6 with Express LRS now. There's a bunch of good little stuff like that. Definitely something ducted though, probably like a 65. If you want to go a little bigger, you could go like a 75, like a Beta 75X. Beta 65X is okay, but I don't like recommend Beta FPV unless I have to. Sorry. Do some QC and maybe I will. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great game or a great movie. That's for sure. Great game. Listen to me. It's a great movie. Okay, let's change the scenery a little bit. What else can we fly in here? Should we take it back to the olden times? Let's do a classic here. Let's do 2020. Velocidrone is like 10 or 11 or 12 bucks, and then you have packs you buy. So then there's a micro pack and a freestyle pack and stuff. But yes, I think it is worth it. It is very good. If you like racing, it is good. If you like freestyle, you might want to look at the other options and see which you think is best for you. That's what I would say. But if you care anything about racing, then I think this is the place to be. Yes. Whooptopia. Like this, right? And then up, through. In a minute since I've flown this one. There's the whole ladder, right? Tinker Tweak. I think Tiny Rip Whoop Go is like it sort of feels like when you're at the bowling alley and you put... Oh, I didn't even realize that. Thanks, guys. It's like when you're at the bowling alley and there's bumpers, right? So like your ball can go all over the place and you're not going to get a strike every time. But like you're flying down the bowling alley with bumpers. So like you're not going to get a gutter. That's what Tiny Whoop Go feels like to me. Velocidrone feels like you can still get a gutter. It like doesn't feel like it's holding your hand. Tiny Whoop Go, for whatever reason, feels like it's holding your hand the whole time, and I don't really understand why. It's just like more railsy. It's more like, I don't know. It just feels like it's doing stuff for you. Whereas this feels like more like when I go race a whoop, like at full send or something. This feels like more like what you would experience. Again, I think all stick time is great, but I think Tiny Whoop Go is easier by all accounts. But I will say, like, if you're racing against the leaderboards, then you're racing against other people who are also flying the quote-unquote easier thing, by my words. So you're still, like, competing against, those times are still going to be hard to beat. So if you're doing times, there's still something to that. Like, every now and then I'll hop in Tiny Whoop Go and grind out times. Because there's still something to that part of it. I almost never do Nemesis. I actually, like, I've flown it like maybe 5 times or something. I'm not a big fan of Nemesis. Terrible takeoff. Whenever you start on the right on this track, it just really F's you. You gotta pop over. Can you do... The one thing I would like to do is lines, so if you have to do Nemesis to, like, pick a line, that's maybe a reason, now that feature's in. But yeah, previously I never really did Nemesis. Ugh, terrible. I don't think that's true, Cool Cat. I mean, maybe that's true, but I don't think that's true. Because I don't think any of these sims, like, accurately show you what's happening. So, I don't know that one matters more than the other. I just push myself by looking at leaderboard time. And then, like, trying to beat the next time, as opposed to, like, having the people on the track. But it really just depends. But yeah, I mean, I really don't. I think it depends on the person. Again, with those new racing lines, if you can do that, maybe that's a reason. Good reset spot there. Can you do the lines? How do you do the lines? Do you have to go to Nemesis, probably? Yeah, probably. Let's see. Gotcha. Okay, so then I just pick somebody. So I'll pick old detomps here, and then we'll view. And we'll... Oh no, we gotta fight against him, right? Does that load him? Yeah, that loads. Okay. Now you can compare and see. So that's his line, but not my line, right? Is there any way to load both our lines? God, that's so nice. So cool to have that line. I can pull myself up. My line. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so let's reset. Okay, this is the thing I never know how to do in Nemesis mode. Is it like this? Hey, there we go.
3, 2, 1.
Don't want that.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, and you can leave it loaded with more people in it. Load it and then load the people.
2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
There's also trails. You can turn on. Is it K? Of course, it's T. Why would it not be T?
3.
I don't know if this helps anybody watching. We could see. Nope, those are barely. Oh, there they are. They're kind of there. That no, I'm not flying with that.
3, 2, 1.
For a race, though, watching a race can definitely help.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
3, 2, 1. Three, two, one.
oi, oi, oi.
2, 1.
Jeez. How far can you go?
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
3, 2, 1.
all right. Well, enough of this track. Blown this one so many times. Which one was this one?
3, 2, 1. 3,
That was good.
2, 1.
Have I flown this one before? I don't think so. Feels like vaguely familiar.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Oh. Well, it does not take me long to get simmed out, I'll tell you that. Oh, these games take so much more, like... I don't know if it's mental or if it's all the action or what's going on, but... Oh, other games for hours. But, I don't know, I gotta take a break here. Is that a mute for a second? What do you guys think about that new DJI camera? Ronin 4D. Seems interesting. It looks like he uses the FPV system on it. So why wouldn't I go to the other window? You guys saw this, but DJI is making a cinema camera. It kind of looks like this bit here is going to be attachable to a bunch of different devices and grab different devices. Mad Fisher iFly in stability angle mode on whoops and ACRO mode on everything else. Yeah, I think DJI might mount part of it to a drone, depending on, I think that's what this attachment system is for. I mean, it remains to be seen, but that's what I would expect will happen. So they can just try to be like, hey, use our shit for real production. Don't worry. Guess we'll find out. Clockwork DG, is it common to listen to music while flying? Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Yeah, I talked about it a little earlier, Mad Fisher. I'm just not a fan of ACRO on whoops. So it also comes with this guy. So you can control the gimbal and the camera from a distance. And then it's using DJI FPV, like the same transmission. So you get like the same transmission distance, 13-kilometer max or whatever. I think they're saying it's like 30 or something. But yeah, whatever the max is. I think these are the same little handles that snap in up here to these sides here. So you can put the handles on here or on the or on the monitor. That's the word I'm looking for. As Ghost Brands mentioned, it has LiDAR focus. So basically the bottom of it knows where it's at in space. So not only is there the front gimbal, but that compensates for your movement of the camera, through LiDAR. As well as gyros and whatever else magic is in there. And then there's LiDAR focusing and stuff too. Lots of cool stuff. Built-in NDs like you would expect. It's $7,000. I mean, most of us are never going to use this, but it's interesting to see DJI entering this market. I just want to see if people actually use it. There's the DJI transmitter. I want to see like productions and stuff shot on this, as opposed to just a bunch of advertising. They have a 4K or 6K and an 8K version. Kind of interesting. That new Action 2 will be out. There's new leaked pictures of that. Leaked info. We could talk about that. Basically, man, this fucking website is such a. I think this guy Jasper Ellens works for this website, and so whenever he posts anything, they post his watermark stuff. But then, like, this other guy posted this morning and watermarked all these pictures. I'm pretty sure they were all the same pictures. At least a lot of these look like the same pictures. Certainly this one. Um, but these aren't watermarks, so it's kind of fucked up. But yeah, basically, just this part of the camera is all you need to function. And this camera does 4K 120, 10 meter waterproof, portable, wearable, and they have their new feature that we haven't seen yet, called Horizon Steady. We thought it was going to have Rock Steady, but it's got Horizon Steady. So it's hopefully better than Rocksteady 2.0, which is in the DJI FPV drone. Um, I don't know. It may have Rocksteady as well, but it's also $500. At least that's the current price is $349 in Greater British pounds. Is that what it is? Great British, whatever it is. And GBP. So 349 GBP, most likely $500 US. Yeah, that's Ghost Branch. That's what they're calling the setup now, running 4D, I believe. You can actually look though, probably. Say knock all the parts out here. Yeah, so they say the Zen Muse gimbal camera and the lens attach with this little thing I was talking about earlier, this little snap together. So it looks like they're going to make more stuff for this, and then I think this whole body and the rest of the thing is the Ronin 4D. And then it's got like, hey, there's an expansion to the back of it, and hey, there's a snap into the top of it, and hey, there's a. So it's basically just the box with the gimbal, and then everything snaps all up into it. Presumably, so it can be super modular for later, and you don't have to buy a bunch of them. But yeah, this Action 2 is looking pretty promising. It's like 50, it's 56 grams. So it's going to be interesting. And then you can also attach both this little extra battery, and then there's a screen as well that's not shown that you can attach. And the screen also has a battery in it. So you can get more power or longer, power. But I mean, basically, the problem is it's probably not going to hold up to any damage. So hopefully it will, and hopefully it's more durable and rugged than it looks. But I think this thing is just going to break when you look at it wrong. So people might want to fly it like a session, but when you paid $500 for ostensibly what I believe will be the battery in the camera, this is probably only going to be $100 of the price. So this is a $400 device. Who knows what the replacement will be or what the replacement plans they'll have will be, but I don't know. It certainly looks promising, but $500 for something you can break that easy, I don't know how many people are going to want it. But then, you got to consider like the stats are basically like a Hero 8 or Hero 9, and it's like way cheaper. Yeah, 481, basically $500. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Stats look really good. So hopefully they can deliver on that. We shall see. Yeah, hopefully when the listing comes out, we'll get an idea what at least what the replacement cost looks like, and then we'll know if the camera alone is like even viable to ask for. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think the LCD one comes with it. Like the leaks talk about the LCD part, but and maybe it does come with it, and that would make sense. If it comes with all three pieces, then the price makes more sense, right? But then why would you sell people something you can't use together? So then you're going to sell them a power module and a touchscreen module? But all these pictures don't show touchscreen module, you know? But yeah, there's a touchscreen module that has a battery in it, and then just a power module that doesn't. And it has a 4 mic matrix stereo in it too, so you get more audio. It basically doubles the battery life. Yeah, well, they're saying OLED here, but yeah, there's a touchscreen module that has a battery in it, and then there's another module that has a power module. Yeah, just the base cam doesn't have anything on it other than the lens and the attachment little bit, from my understanding, and then like probably plugins and stuff on the other side. That should release the day after the news, of course, like always. So that'll release on the 27th. That exciting? Hopefully that was exciting. Go Flash Edge TX 2.5, so you can get the USB thing. If you use USB, you get better USB latency. Um, yeah, that's about it. I think I'm gonna head out. So it's been a good stream. I'm glad you guys are hanging out. Appreciate a couple donations as always. The support always helps out. Anything you can do. Yeah. And I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow, in fact, same time. Maybe we'll play a video game. Maybe we'll play more Velocidrone. I can't do 2 hours of sim though. My head can't take it. Normally, when I sim on my own, I do like 20 minutes and I take a break. And I have 20 minutes to take a break. So maybe we'll do the same thing here, where we just go like back and forth. So. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Uh, and all that jazz. So. Later.